So if you'd rather use your own custom domain for your kit elements like landing pages, product pages, etc., then you can add a custom domain to your account. So let me show you how you do that. So just before I do that, let me show you an example of where a custom domain would be used. So if I click on the settings for this landing page here, and I go to domain name, you can see here under the custom domain drop down that I've got by default here is the .kit.com domain that is given to every kit account user for free. You get that as part of your subscription. The word that you put in front of that, or the words that you put in front of that, can be anything you want it to be, providing it's unique. In other words, someone doesn't have it already. So in this example, for my demo website called Kit Mastery, I've got kitmastery.kit.com. That's the way I've formed the free URL that Kit provides. However, I've also added a custom domain. In this case, it's this one here. So kitmastery.com is my domain. I own that, and I've created what's known as a subdomain that I can use. The subdomain in this case is pages.kitmastery.com. So I can use that for my landing pages, hence the word pages. So that's an example of where you would use it. Where you would add it into your kit account is under settings. Under settings up at the top here, you then click on domains, which is on the left hand side, and then on the right will appear any custom domains that you have set up, and it'll give you the option to create a new custom domain. So like I say, that's the default one. Okay, the kitmastery.kit.com. If I wanted to change that, I could just go in and change. I'm allowed to change that part, the bit that comes before the .kit.com. And providing, like I say, it's unique, it's not already used, then you can change it. Now there's the custom domain that I added into my Kit account. It's called pages.kitmastery.com, and that becomes a usable custom domain for me. If I want to add another custom domain, I'm going to add another one in, and let's say I'm going to call it, let's say hub.kitmastery.com, and I'm going to choose a landing page of, I'll just say my creator profile. So I'm going to click next, and now what Kit's telling me is that I need to insert these 3 records into my DNS settings. Now, if you're not familiar with DNS, it's just a kind of fancy way of saying your lookup table for your domain on the internet. So if you have a domain, you will have a domain host, someone who hosts your domain on your behalf. That's usually companies like GoDaddy, Ionos, Hostinger. They typically will host your domain for you and even your website for you. And if you want to update, if you want to create something inside your DNS settings, you need to add the records that are required into it. So in simple terms, we just need to copy and paste these 3 records and add them into our DNS settings. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump across to my DNS host, which is I used Hostinger, and I'm now in the DNS, or the name server settings of my domain. So you can see there, manage my DNS records. So if I go back to Kit, Kit's telling me I need to add in this value. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to right click and copy, and I need to add in the word hub, and I need to make an A-type record. So we'll go to Hostinger, and you can see the different types of records you can create. I'm creating an A record. Where that at sign is, I'm going to put in the word hub, and then it points to, and then I put in the IP address that Kit has created for me. Okay. This bit at the end, TTL, just means time to live. It's a technicality thing. It's how many seconds this IP would be active for. You can ignore that, just accept the default, and then click add record. Okay. So it's warning me here that I've already got A records. I'm just going to say confirm and add that in. And it's saying there DNS record successfully created. Then I go back and I do the second one. So I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. Copy that one, paste that in there and then click add record, confirm, and then finally I'm going to do the last one, copy, paste the third one in there and add record to confirm. Okay, so that may take a while to propagate through my DNS records. You can see the 3 records in there, one hub, and hub. That's the 3 I've just inserted. So now when I go back to my custom domain and I click validate, what Kit's doing now is it's going off to my DNS records and checking to see if I've got these 3 records set up correctly. You can see here it's failed. It's saying that they're not set up properly. It's saying it can take up to 24 hours to update. Now the reason it can take so long is for the purpose of enhanced functionality or enhanced performance of your website or your landing pages, etc. And the way domain hosts work is they have servers all over the world. So if you have let's say you have a customer from America and a customer from Australia, they'll be taking the data from different servers. So it can take up to 24 hours for all those worldwide servers to be updated with the new records. So that's why when I click validate, it's still saying failed, because when it checks a server, it's still saying I can't find them. But that's going away and it's updating them as we speak. So I'm going to click validate again. Still not updated. Try it a third time. Oh, there we go. It's got the green tick now. So you see the green tick here. It means that they are now verified. You can see in here. So I've now got hub.kitmastery.com as a custom domain as well. So just to demonstrate that, I'll go back and refresh this page. I'll click on settings and then domain name. And now when I do the drop down, you can see I've now got 3 to choose from. I've got pages.kitmastery.com and then at the bottom the new one, hub.kitmastery.com. So I can use that as a custom domain as well. So that's how to set up a custom domain inside Kit if you want to use it for your assets inside your Kit account.